We are live. Welcome to a special edition Wednesday night All Sports Matters podcast. I am your host, Amir Sharaz Ortiz, and it's okay. I can put your trash cans away for the season because the Houston Astros are gone. We are knee deep in the baseball playoffs. We love what we do. We're here to talk about sports, all things sports, all sports matters. Please join us live. Share. We are live. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We might not be on Instagram, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there. But we are live. YouTube, Facebook, that's for sure. I'm not alone tonight, unlike the Houston Astros, who will be alone because they gone. But either way, we're going to move forward off the heels of I thought was an intriguing week for the NFL. We had a bunch of news, basketball news, trades happening. Alabama, Georgia, that was a epic classic last week. Man, we love every bit of it, but I'm going to bring my brothers on screen before I get ahead of myself. And speaking of getting ahead of themselves, he is a Tennessee Titans fan. They won a game. Are they getting ahead of themselves? What's going on?
Well, I told you we was going to win at least 3. So that's one of 3. That's one of 3.
But it wasn't one that you was counting on the 3.
At the beginning of the season, it wasn't. But once Tua went down and it came down to Skyler and Boyle and Snoop Huntley, I was like, okay, we might have a chance in this one.
Yeah, I don't really know what Miami gonna do.
They better go out and sign the former Titan. They better go out and sign the former Titan Ryan Tannehill, or hey, Russell Wilson might need a starting job.
There's many that might be available, and we'll get to that.
We'll get to it. Yeah.
Speaking of available, the chef is available tonight with us. Chef, what is going on, good sir?
Man, what's happening? How's everybody doing out there? Doing what we do, making it happen, Captain.
Making it happen, Captain. Did Alabama make it happen, or did they take the route of your favorite teams and almost made in the fourth quarter?
Hey man, look, I don't know why we took our foot off the pedal and we changed the playbook, and Kirby gave them a hell of a speech at halftime and got those boys to play like their hair was on fire. But hey man, it just goes to show when you on, step on their neck, man. Don't let up. Do not let up.
Well, they're the obvious. I guess we'll stay there. They're the obvious consensus number one overall in the college football rankings. They, by beating Georgia in a game of the year, I would say so far. If not, I don't think not much is going to beat it. Maybe a Hail Mary type of play will beat that game. But it looked like when they were going to turn around and give it up to Georgia on a bomb, they turned around and Georgia still celebrating. They forgot to play defense. And Alabama turned the favor to the 17-year-old kid, Williams.
That dude was a monster at 17.
A monster. And let's make this very clear to everyone. We're not saying he's 17 going on 18. We're saying he just turned 17. He was a junior in high school at the beginning of the year. He reclassified from the 2025 class after winning back-to-back Mr. Footballs for Alabama 2 times, back-to-back. This kid is
that legal?
Of nature. In the state of Alabama, it is.
You trying to tell me this kid got no GED, he got no form of paperwork, he just out there playing football?
Oh, no. The kid graduated.
No, he graduated.
He graduated early.
He just graduated early.
He graduated early. The kid is not only a super athlete, the kid is a monster in the classroom. So it's scary right now. This kid, his maturity level, his ability to adapt, it's bananas, man. And right now, it's hard to say that this kid couldn't be one and done. If the rules were different, this kid could be one and done.
He's still got it. He'll be drafted at the age of 19, quite possibly the youngest NFL player maybe in history, who knows? But
who knows? Right.
Alabama got Vanderbilt next, which is Vanderbilt is not a university you can just cross off your schedule, but they're 20. They're plus 23. So obviously, they're heavy favorites.
Heavy favorites, but
you can cross them off.
I'm not taking nobody for granted right now.
They just beat Virginia Tech and Missouri back to back.
I'm not taking nobody for granted. Bottom line, anything can happen any given Saturday. Yeah, so I'm gonna pray that we keep our head focused, and yeah, because I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. I want to continue looking good because we got a mean schedule coming up. We still got Tennessee in the shoot. We still got LSU in the shoot. We still got Oklahoma. We still got Arkansas. Alabama still has a schedule that they have to play out. And Ole Miss. Don't let me forget Ole Miss because we got to try to play Lane in the crew. So it's going to be interesting.
So I guess I would mention it out there. Former Yankee Kyle Higashioka just hit a home run for the San Diego Padres.
Yes, they did.
Yes, he did.
So baseball playoffs are going on.
Back-to-back nights for him hitting a home run.
We are still sticking to college football. Is this year's title Alabama's to lose? Is it Alabama versus the field?
It's the field.
I was about to say, I'm not going to just give it to Bama. I mean, Bama, I think Bama is, if you ask me, they're the favorite right now.
Yeah.
After, what I'm saying, the Georgia game, they're the favorite, but
right now,
by no means is it a lock.
No. Because, I mean, Texas is still out there, and they're dangerous. And Ohio State, they're still tough. Ole Miss took a loss last weekend, but you can't overlook Lane Kiffin, especially with this new playoff format. Anything can happen. So it's the field, man.
And he didn't even mention Tennessee. Tennessee is balling right now.
And Tennessee is balling right now.
Oregon is balling right now.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's a lot of teams that could win, but if you were to ask who's the favorite right now, I would say Alabama. But they're not a lock.
So I know Alabama got Tennessee here in 2 weeks. Not sure is that game an away game for Alabama? I don't.
We'll be playing in Tennessee. It's in Tennessee this year.
It is in Tennessee. Staying in the SEC, I know Ole Miss lost to Kentucky, the same Kentucky team that held Georgia to just 9 points? Something like that? 9-6, 13-9.
It was a close game. I can't remember what the score was.
They had 13.
So is Kentucky a team to watch out for as well, or?
Yeah, it was 13-12. That's what
I'm not sold on their offense, obviously, but their defense is nice.
Horrible play calling. It was their demise at the end because they had many opportunities to win that game, but they're going to always be in that hunt. And yeah, Kentucky's a problem.
I think they can play spoiler. I don't think championship wise they're not
championship contention right now.
But they can play spoiler to a few teams because they still got Tennessee, they still got Texas. So they can play spoiler to some teams, but I don't see them as championship material.
Oh, and at least I not forget, Alabama still has to play Missouri as well.
So we again stay in the SEC. Obviously, the SEC is the conference to beat, other than the Big 12, Big 10, the Big 10, who has so many teams. Please, again, this is the All Sports Matters podcast. Please chime in. What's going on, Mr. Betts? Mr. Cheatham?
Oh no, that's my brother. What up, bro?
We welcome you out to the show. Please comment. We'll try to bring you along. Ask any questions you can right now. We started on top off the big game of Georgia, Alabama, and that's what the merger has pretty much done when it comes to the SEC. Now there's no divisions. Texas, do they have a quarterback controversy now that Arch Manning has been pretty much elite consistency-wise? And is it Quinn Ewers' job to win, to lose? What was going on in Texas?
Yeah, I don't think they have a controversy. No, I think it's Ewers' job, and you just know that if for some reason he can't play, you have a backup that can come in and get the job.
I just want to throw out that 29 for 32 it's elite in my eyes.
That's Mississippi.
We're not saying he's not elite.
No,
I'm looking at the head nod that that the chef gave.
Gotcha.
You know,
he's not. We talking about UTSA and Mississippi State.
Hey, don't sleep on the Roadrunners.
And that's what I'm saying. Roadrunners are good things. I'm not going to take nothing from them. But that's a far cry off from who they have coming up. I wouldn't throw him out there against Georgia right now, because that's unfair. Because Georgia's coming in 3 weeks. Then 2 weeks from now, you got Oklahoma, the Red River route.
You know, I'm not sold on this Oklahoma team this year. I don't think they.
And I feel you, but
they look very.
That's a rivalry game.
Yeah, but Oklahoma looked very suspect.
I think they're the Miami of the SEC. And speaking of Miami should have lost that game.
Yeah, they should have lost. But we got to remember, again, it's a rivalry game. There's many a year Auburn looked like stir-fried doo-doo, and they run Alabama in the ground every rivalry game. When it comes to playing that rivalry game, you get a whole boost. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, but like I said, Quinn Ewers, that's his team. That's his to lose. Unless he gets severely hurt, Arch Manning will just play and clean up and give him time. Plus, he's hurt right now, so it's giving him time to heal up.
Robert, you really feel that way? Ewers will not touch the field again. Robert, you feel that way?
Who said that?
My boy Robert.
Robert, stop it. No. And I love your last name. I love his last name. Let's not happen. Quinn Ewers, the way he was iced out on the sideline, he's coming back. He'll be back soon.
I just want to throw it out there that his last name Cheatham. Hey, the Astros are gone. We ain't got to worry about that no more. All right. With that being said, hey, college football is a must watch. All right. College football is a must watch. We opening the show with it because we gotta give respect. That Georgia-Alabama game was everything.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Everything we wanted to see as a championship game. I would not mind if they ran it back in the SEC championship. I would not mind if they ran it back in the national championship. So we'll see. Top two teams in the SEC championship. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. You mentioned Oregon. Oregon got Michigan State this weekend. Missouri being number 9, Texas A&M. Ohio State doing their thing. Georgia and Auburn. Auburn has been disappointing. Right? Auburn's been disappointing.
Yeah, terrible.
They came in with a lot of hype this year, and they've been Auburn. They just been Auburn. Auburn's been Auburn. I'm trying to go through the schedule before we get up out of here. Clemson, are they back? Little ACC. They play Florida State out. We're going to chalk that up to a victory to Clemson. But
we could get 8 more players and go beat Florida State right now.
So
I don't know what's going on with them.
I am all for.
They changed quarterbacks this weekend though. Ugalea, however you say his name, he was playing this weekend.
Yeah, they said he's hurt. They said he's been playing.
Yeah, they said his finger hurt. He hurt his finger.
Yeah, I would say my finger hurt too.
He probably hurt it playing laser tag. So we're just going to leave him out the equation. His season is over. Once he's a senior, he's gone. He might as well just hang it up. I don't. He's not an NFL caliber quarterback in my eyes. San Diego just knocked in a double, knocked in 2 more runs. It looks like it's about to be 5-1. San Diego over the Braves. Can we say goodbye to Braves tonight?
Probably.
Yeah, not looking good.
Since we're on the subject, we might as well open up MLB playoffs today as well. So we had 2 teams qualify for the next round, which is Division Series best 3 out of 5. Surprisingly, the Detroit Tigers, who were 10 back, only 3 teams in the history. This is, I guess, my question to y'all. I posted on Facebook, so it's kind of cheating. Only 3 other teams that's ever been down 10 games late in the season came back. made the playoffs, and won the World Series. 2 of those were Cardinals, 1 of those were Mets. Can Detroit Tigers surprise everybody?
I mean, it's obvious. They surprised Houston, so who's to say?
That was a very vague answer, but okay.
Well, I mean, hey, I don't know. Them teams that play like they ain't got nothing to lose, they don't have anything to lose. They playing with house money right now, right?
True. Okay, so this morning I was watching First Take. Obviously, this is not an original thought of mine, but the Yankees' first game is Saturday, right? So Saturday, their last game was last Sunday. They play Saturday, off day Sunday, excuse me. Then they play again on Monday. Then they'll have another off game Tuesday. We're talking about 2 games in 10 days. The reason I'm bringing it up is the reason why the Braves struggled, not this year. We could chalk that up to injuries, but in previous years where they were the favorite to win, but them not playing in almost 2 weeks. Something got to give with the baseball playoffs, or what? Talk to me.
I don't understand that format, man. I hate the format, period. I hate the 3-game series, the first 2 at home. I don't like that.
It's actually all 3 at home.
Yeah.
Is it all 3?
Yes.
And then I'm like,
no.
That's already like a huge mountain to climb.
Right.
Now you got to go through that. Yeah.
Well, you got to keep in mind, just a few years ago, those 2 extra teams was not in the playoffs. It was just the top 4. Let's keep that. And
then why don't you go back to that then?
We live in a participation trophy world right now. Okay, tell me I'm wrong, but we live in a participation trophy. Why you think the college football playoffs went from 4 to 12? Because
that needed to happen.
Everybody wants a seat at the table.
That needed to happen. That needed to happen because there were so many good teams that were being left out in on the college football side.
So it's not the same thing for baseball?
No, I don't think so. No,
it's definitely totally different landscape in baseball than in college football. And it gives those lesser conferences, they quote unquote call them, a chance.
Okay, well, let's talk about it since we're on the subject, right? Basketball added 2 more teams on each side, so they'll do the play-in tournament.
Right? I wasn't a fan of that.
The NFL went from 6 to 7. Only the top seed has to bye instead of the top 2.
I kind of like that.
Just a couple years ago. Major League Baseball went from 4 to 6, adding 2 more wild card teams. Yeah, giving more people a chance to play.
I mean, I guess it worked out this year because without it, Detroit or Kansas City, right?
Neither one of them, no.
Right, they wouldn't have been in it. So I guess it kind of worked out for them, but
it always works out. That's what Philadelphia came in last 2 years and beat the Braves. They were the old
shit.
Huh?
Why are you bringing up old stuff?
Just saying. Well,
but he always do that.
I'm just saying. Okay, but schedule-wise, basketball, whether you play 7 games or you sweep in 4, you still gonna take a week off before you play your next series. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, it depends. I mean, think about it in basketball. If the team you're supposed to play, you sweep, and that next game, the team that you're playing against, they lose one, but then win the next one. Usually, the game is like within 2 or 3 days of that next win.
Y'all just hating on baseball. I just want to throw that out there.
How are we hating on it?
Y'all just hating on baseball.
How are we hating on it?
John Marshall coming in talking about, man, piss on baseball. Well, I just want to say, he's just angry because his 2 teams lost and will be losing tonight. Just want to throw that out.
No. Yeah, his 2, not the 3. Because the 3rd team won.
Yeah, nobody cares about that. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on. We got a game in London this Sunday. many people will say that this is why we are having our show on Wednesday, because we might be on London time. Just throwing it out there. See, I'm just trying to,
trying to transition.
I'm trying to correlate, as they say.
I think you're doing it.
Correlate. I want to correlate.
So
I see what you're doing there.
Jets. We got a problem.
We got a real problem.
What is? I just want to throw out there. We'll get to the Jets. We'll get to the Jets. I'm gonna get right back to y'all. But both the Giants and Jets both played games at home, and neither one scored a touchdown this weekend. So just want to throw it out there.
I thought you were gonna say what I'm about to say.
No, I'm gonna get right back to you, gentlemen. What is going on in New Jersey, and is Aaron Rodgers looking old?
I honestly think it's him, because he is pulling. To me, it seems like he wants what he wants, and when it doesn't go the way he wants it, he shifts the blame on the coach, and that type of foolishness in the locker room is it's not good, in my opinion.
I think it's the play calling. Even Garrett Wilson complained about it. They're being too predictable. They need to mix it up and do some things. Like, they're being too predictable. But Aaron Rodgers is still showing that he got the arm talent to make throws.
But isn't that the same playbook that he's been in for a while now? That's the same offense.
And you see him and Lazard are connected, but they're going to need more than him and Lazard.
Yeah,
him and Lazard know that playbook good, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. It just seems weird. And then the fact that they won't run the ball.
That was what I was about to say. You got Breece Hall and Braden Allen, who is an up and coming. He could be a star.
He could be a star.
You're not using him.
You refuse to use him. I don't understand what's going on.
And Breece Hall is a weapon.
A devastating weapon.
And you're not using him. I don't understand that one.
I would say Braden Allen is definitely number 2 in the offensive rookie player of the year, behind obviously Jaden Daniels. Talk to me about these Commanders and what is. Hey, you know what? We're going as far as the NFC East. Is this their division to lose?
Right now, yes.
Yes.
Right now, yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Hopefully, he can keep it up the whole year.
Yeah, if they can keep him upright and keep his uniform clean, it's basically theirs.
He has to quit the Lamar game, though. You know what I'm saying? He has to quit. Protect your body, man. Protect your body. Don't turn into Anthony Richardson. Protect your body.
Do what real quarterbacks should be doing. Slide feet first, not head first. Feet first.
Protect your body.
I think they're still missing something. The run game is there. Brian Robinson looks good. Austin Eckler, he was out injury. He still looks
good.
Yeah, he looks good out there. Jaden, I think they're calling a little bit too many run plays, for him, or he's not going through his progressions. I'm not sure.
No.
Who, Jaden Daniels?
Yeah. He's looking at one. He's doing what Lamar Jackson did when he was coming up, when he first started. He looks like
when he does let it go, though, it's a completion. Like, dude is completing like an 86% clip right now.
Yeah, it's a rope when he puts it out there. The guy. One thing I will say, and people better really pay attention and pray that the Commanders, Commander Chief, or whatever they call, don't get on the phone and call Las Vegas and strike a deal, because they got plenty of money to bring a Devontae Adams in. And him and Terry McLaurin would be terrifying.
Yeah, if he can get somebody opposite Scary Terry, they're going to be nice.
They're going to be nice.
he's last couple of weeks he's been getting the ball, so that's a positive for McLaren.
Yeah.
No, they've been implementing Norm Brown. Zach Ertz is getting his usual 5 catches a game. Granted, the yardage ain't there, but they're throwing the ball, and that's part of Jaden Daniels being the accurate QB. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
So on the flip side, luckily for the Eagles, they're on bye this week because they got hit with the injury bug with Devontae Smith. What's going on, Q?
What's up, Q?
Right now we're discussing the NFC East, and it's the Washington Commanders division to lose. We already discussed the Washington Commanders. We're now going over to the injury bug that is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
What is going on in Philadelphia? Is it Sirianni? I can't stand the look on his face. I'm just gonna say that right now. I can't stand the look on his face.
You got an issue with Sirianni.
Good or bad? When they're doing good and he's boasting, like he's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. Something about Nick Sirianni. I'd rather talk to Siri all day than look at Sirianni. I'm just saying. That's just me. Something about Sirianni I don't like. Am I off? Am I wrong?
Nah. What's up, Jonathan?
What's up, Mr. Alexander? What's up, Tito?
What it do, Tito? But no, you pretty much spot on. It's I don't know what it is. It's something with him. I'm not a fan. Every time I see his face, he has one of those faces that you can just really turn your TV off as soon as you see him.
Or you just want to punch.
I just don't know what's going on with them because you got, Vic Fangio running the defense, Kellen Moore running the offense, and you still suck.
And
I don't know what's going on with them.
When you got your star cornerback giving up 4 touchdowns in 4 games, CJ Gardner.
Hold on. Did you just say your star cornerback?
I thought that would be Darius Slay.
It ain't even Darius Slay, but did you just say your star?
Darius Slay been hurt. Darius Slay been hurt. So
they start 2 rookies at cornerback. CJ Gardner Johnson is playing safety for them.
Well, he's getting burnt. He's the new Eli Apple.
Not Eli Apple. The
new Eli Apple. I will say it. Something's going on in Philly outside of Saquon Barkley. I don't know what's going on. Hurts is not accurate whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know what. It's like Hurts forgot how to play football this year. I don't know what's going on. It could be that they don't have AJ Brown. They ain't had AJ Brown the last 3 weeks, right?
Yeah,
will be that.
AJ Brown hadn't been there. Then you lost.
He should be back after the bye. He should be back and ready to go after the bye.
Devontae probably be back after the bye. Concussion protocol.
I'm pretty sure there was one team that was so happy to have an early bye. It's the Eagles.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of concussion protocol, Malik Neighbors doesn't look like he's going to be available this Sunday. They said they're at the very beginning of the concussion protocol still. So it doesn't look like he's going to be suiting up for the ass whooping that the Seattle Seahawks is going to get the Giants this Sunday.
Yeah, you about to see a mauling. That is about to be a mauling on national TV in front of the world.
So
can I go ahead and pick them as my survivor team?
Yeah, I didn't know. You say you stayed on Thursdays. You say
but the Falcons and the Bucks, that's going to be a hard one to pick.
I'm going with the Seahawks. Right now, I'm going with the Seahawks.
I think I would have to go with the Seahawks right now. As of right now, I would have to go with the Seahawks.
I don't like going with the
majority. It might change before Sunday.
I'm pretty sure all 18 people is going to pick the Seahawks. And if they do that, I don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be grouped in it?
Yeah. No, I don't pick with the majority because the majority has lost every week. I just want to throw that out there.
Well, we don't get to see who the majority is.
Yeah, I had no clue.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't see the picks last week until, I know it was posted before the Sunday game. Yeah, I know you posted it, but I didn't see it. I didn't get on Facebook to see it. But I didn't see him until the Sunday night game was getting ready to start.
The 4th team in that division, quite possibly, I think one team gets in. And yes, it's early. I understand that, Q. It's early. We get that. But the no-run game Cowboys, who their strong suit was the defense, it's not defending anybody. And on top of that, they just put Dexter Lawrence on the IR, and Parsons is fighting hard to not get put on the IR, but he's going to be out Sunday as well. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. And
the Cowboys are dealing with a lot of injuries.
So talk to me about the Cowboys and
what's going on? Is Dalvin Cook not getting the playbook? Like what's going on there? Because he's still on the practice squad. He's still on the practice squad.
I think he just stays in catering.
But I want to know what's going on there because obviously Zeke ain't it. Zeke he's looking like the running back age when they start to decline. Yeah, he's there. Rico Dowdle, I guess he's been looking pretty decent. But yeah, as a whole, that run game ain't doing nothing. And then their defense is like 8 up right now. But
if we're being honest, I don't think they're calling running plays as much either. So they're not getting the carries to get going.
But yeah, that's what I want to know, Q. What's going on with Cook?
Their problem is Jerry don't want to spend that money, and they messed around and missed the gold mine. Because can you imagine if the King was there?
I don't think Derrick Henry wanted to go there anyway.
He did.
I know everybody keeps saying that that's where he wanted to go, but even last year when Tennessee was thinking about trading him, it was Baltimore. It was all I was hearing coming out of the beat writers for the Titans. It was him getting traded to Baltimore.
So he said before the season started that he had moved to Dallas, bought a home right up from the stadium, and he's always dreamed about playing for Dallas. And he said his agent was like, you only got one call, and the only call you got was Baltimore. And
are we sure it wasn't for tax purposes? Like that house was bought in Texas.
Yeah. I mean, hey, he had big plans. He thought he was going.
Well, Mr. 199, Derrick.
Oh my God, that pissed me. Luckily, I didn't need that other yard, but that made me so mad.
Yeah, like the Ravens are back on the mend. They have years past this game would have been difficult, but the Bengals is not Bengaling these days. Joe Burrow is still Joe Burrow, but that's about it when it comes to the Bengals. So this is an easy game for the Ravens.
No, not at all.
Robbery game
because you still have to deal with Jamar Chase. You still have to deal with T. Higgins. Number 80, I can't say his name, so I'm not even going to try to jack it up. He's up and coming. Ivasius, however you say his name. He's coming up. He's up and coming. Zach Moss is, not doing much, but Chase Brown behind him is starting to emerge as that guy. Yeah. So, no, I'm not going to sit here and just say that they don't have to worry about the Bengals. I still think Baltimore will win that game, but I'm not going to say that they don't have to worry about them.
Yeah, it's still AFC North. You still got to fight. And no matter what the record says, people are going to play like their hair on fire.
So going back really quickly, we kind of went away from what I usually do, the preview analysis. We discussed the Jets. They got the white hot Minnesota Vikings. And the number one quite in the ladder for MVP, Sam Darnold. What do you guys got? Minnesota versus the Jets. Who wins and how many touchdowns?
From London, I think Sam Darnold gets revenge against the team that drafted him. I got Minnesota winning that game 35-13.
Yeah, that's that. I was gonna say 28-10. And Addison and Jefferson are going to lose their entire minds.
And while we're on the subject of Minnesota, he's not going to play Sunday, but he's been activated for that 21-day window. TJ Hawkinson is on the mend, so they'll have him back in the next couple of weeks.
And I don't know how much of a factor it's going to be, but Chubby has been activated, and I don't know if he can save
Well, we got to wait till we get to Cleveland and talk about him.
Yeah, the dumpster fire. But yeah.
Well, unless they're activating Vinny Testaverde from the 1980s quarterback roster, the Browns is not somebody we're worried about right now. I'm confident in the Jets defense. I'm confident that the Jets offense do enough. I got the upset. I got the Jets upsetting the Vikings. I think it was weather. I think it was all weather on how they lost to Denver last week. Made that a field goal battle. The weather was ugly in New York, New Jersey.
Survivor pick on that.
Tomorrow night we got a game, Buccaneers and the Falcons. We mentioned.
He didn't hear that.
Yeah, he didn't hear that.
He missed that.
What happened?
I said, put your survivor pick on that.
No, I would never pick the
Jets. Yeah, don't do what I did. Don't do what I did.
No.
Don't make that mistake.
No, I got the other team losing. I'm picking against the Giants.
Right,
I'm picking against the Giants, but Thursday night football got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of Davante Adams talk going. So we'll get to Davante Adams shortly. But
Atlanta to the receivers they already got, so they don't need him.
Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield woke up from. I guess I'm gonna say the Broncos defense is nice, and we'll get to the Broncos here later on. Patrick Surtain quite possibly playing like the number one quarterback in the league. But Bucks Falcons, which I got
in Atlanta. I got the Bucks, man. I say that with no confidence, but I got the Bucks, and it's going to be a close one. It's going to be like a 21-20 type game. And I say that with no confidence, though, because that game can go either way. But I got the Bucks 21-20.
I got Falcons winning that 24-21.
And I wouldn't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that one can go either way.
It really could. But the Falcons, they look good. They look good. They're buying in. The coaches got them on the playing with the right intensity. Yeah, it's going.
For me, they're underutilizing the weapons that they have. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing much. Drake London not doing much. Like they have the guys that can, do damage. They're just for some reason it's not. Tyler Algier is running better than Bijan Robinson. Darnell Mooney is the de facto number one receiver for them right now. So, I mean, it's kind of weird in Atlanta right now.
Atlanta is definitely weird. I am rooting for a 21-18 game. Falcons hitting 6 field goals, and that young Ho giving me a crap ton of points as the kicker. That's what I'm going with, by the way.
That young Ho.
The game of the week, I believe, is Bills and Texans. It could be 1A and 1B, but Bills Texans this weekend. Josh Allen is quite possibly playing the best he's ever played. He's definitely playing top 10. Josh Allen, not out of top 10. Josh Allen.
Not last week he didn't.
He played a good defense. Baltimore was mad. Baltimore showed up pissed off. That defense was hitting them in the mouth, and that's. I think that was more good Baltimore defense than it was bad Josh Allen.
And I think that Houston defense is watching that tape and will do the same thing.
Yeah, but the Texans offense is not moving the ball like we thought they would. They're stalling a lot.
It'll happen.
I was about to say. It's going to happen.
And they're missing running back one in Mixon. He hasn't played in 2 weeks.
I'll ask you guys this.
Dale was out.
Do you think they're forcing the ball to Stephon Diggs to keep him happy?
I think so, and I think that's what I think that was the issue in Buffalo too. You know what I mean? Like Stephon, give me the ball, instead of with Stroud like last year. Yes, Nico Collins was his guy, but you got Tank Dell involved, you got Noah Brown involved, you had Dalton Schultz involved. This year it's like you said, I think it's kind of them trying to force it to Stephon. But I think they'll do enough to win Sunday.
Yeah.
I got them winning 24-10.
You got the Texans beating the Bills 24-10.
I got the Texans beating the Bills 24-10.
I think that was going to be another close one. It's hard for me to pick against the Texans because I think at home they're going to be playing different. So, it's hard for me to say that Josh Allen will lose 2 back-to-back the way he's been playing. So, I'm gonna take the former, not the latter. Texans in a close one. I'll give them 24-20.
I got a 27-24 Buffalo. I think it's more bad Houston than good Buffalo this game anyway. They should have lost against Indianapolis, if I'm being honest. I hope Joe Flacco comes in and does what Joe Flacco did last year. And it's crazy because we're discussing Joe Flacco was 10 years ago. He was playing in the Super Bowl against San Fran. And here we are after all these years of inactivity. And Joe Flacco still relevant and played. I was worried because maybe it was just one in, he just had that little jolt last year. But he came in last week and finally used Pittman like Pittman's supposed to be used. He finally used
Josh Downs.
Downs, yes. They didn't throw to Pierce, but they finally threw the Downs. And the issue with Indy now, since we're on the subject of
Indy at Jacksonville.
I didn't want to talk about the game, but it's more of Taylor he probably going to be ruled out. Taylor has a high ankle sprain as well. He might be ruled out.
Richardson might be playing.
Get their first. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Jacksonville get their first victory Sunday.
I think so.
Probably gonna get ruled
out. I think they put it together this week, get their first win, and I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a close one. I'm going to go with 21-10, Jacksonville.
10.
I think they'll only get 10 points out of that. Indianapolis will get.
Jacksonville defense not good.
I'm gonna say it this way: if Flacco plays, I got Indy winning. If Richardson plays, I got Jacksonville winning. And so I'm gonna go with the thought process that it's gonna be Flacco playing. I got Indy winning 24-21.
If Flacco wins, I like the way Jacksonville finally figured out that, hey, you're supposed to throw the ball. Finally getting Christian Kirk going. Brian Thomas is playing
lights out.
Mad crazy. Lights out, like you said.
What's up with ETN?
He's not being talked about enough.
Nobody knows.
What's up with ETN? Bigsby is out playing ETN.
Exactly.
Yes. So Jacksonville loses. They got to switch coaches, right? I think we're talking about that for a little bit too long. But Jacksonville loses. I think it's time for Peterson to go. They ain't once since October.
It's time for him to go. I think it's time for him to go, period.
Yeah, it's not looking good for him. I don't know if he makes it out. I don't think he makes it out of this season. I think they might fire him mid-season.
I think they lose. He's gone, if I'm being honest. I think there's a couple of coaches that might lose their jobs in season. Jets coach Salas is probably one of them. Peterson is probably another. And
Dabble.
No.
You don't think so?
No, he's more of a quarterback issue. Even though I do believe Dabble is more of a coordinator than a head coach, I do like him. He is getting the best out of what he can. It's like, when you're squeezing the soap, the end of it, and there's still soap coming out. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you got to put the water in there to get the little bit of soap left. And throw the bottle away because you don't want to leave the shower to get the new bottle that's under the cupboard. So you're just trying to get as much soap out of that bottle. But that's what Dabble is doing. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? On what he's left. And not in practice, none of that. But
no, Q. Jacksonville is the only way.
I was squeezing the hell out of the soap. And when I was doing it, I was thinking about this is Daniel Jones.
Where are we going here? What's happening here?
I'm just saying.
I'm so confused.
I'm just saying.
No, Q. Jacksonville is the only winless team left.
I got Jacksonville winning. I think Jacksonville will win, regardless of that quarterback. but I think it's going to be a high scoring game. If Flacco's in there, it's going to be high scoring. Jacksonville does not have a defense to stop nobody.
No.
So if Richardson plays, it's going to be a blowout Jacksonville's way. If it
that's why I said if Richardson play, I got Jacksonville winning.
If Flacco's in there, it's going to be 31-28 Jacksonville. And then if it's the other way, Richardson in there is going to be 28-10, something along those lines.
Yeah.
So I am not frugal. I just don't want to get out of the shower to go get into the
You said I don't want to get frugal.
Okay. Sunday Night Football got the Cowboys and Steelers.
How do we get
this
on?
game might end up being like 6-3, 7-6, something along those lines. Justin Fields is starting again. At this point, to even dress Russell Wilson because he's in there like he's full pads. You got the mask going on, the tape, the marker face, like he's going in. But they already told him like you're not playing. I think they hit his helmet. Either way, Cowboys.
He said he hit his helmet.
Cowboys Steelers. Who you got Sunday night?
Dallas is dealing with a lot of injuries on that defense. That being said, I don't think they'll need much defense to slow down Pittsburgh's offense because Pittsburgh is missing like 3 offensive linemen. They're missing Jaylen Warren. He's hurt. In the receiving core, you got Pickens and nobody else. I got Dallas winning, and I got them winning. It's going to be a blowout. I got them winning like 31-10.
Wow. Okay.
And so I got Dallas losing because I don't think Dallas can beat them. I don't think Dallas can compete with. I think Justin Fields is going to have a good game. That game. I think Pickens is going to have a good game. Hopefully,
will he have time to throw it?
Huh?
Will he have time to throw it? They went and got 3 offensive linemen from Walmart.
Yeah, well, I mean,
nobody's rushing a quarterback for Dallas though.
And it's not going to take much though. That's what I'm saying.
But they have no Parsons. They got no Lawrence. I think that's going to be major for them. I think the Cowboys are going to lose another one. And I'm not going to say they're getting blown out, but I think they'll lose, I think it'll be, let's go with 15-10.
If they get Najee Harris going, Steelers, which he has, he's actually looked pretty good the last couple of weeks. I'll give him that.
He looked decent.
If they get him going, and then a couple play action fakes to Calvin Austin in the middle, Pickens on the outside. Freiermuth has been going good. They just I got it like 17, 14, 16, 13, something along those lines.
Yeah.
I'm picking Steelers because they're playing in Pittsburgh. So I'm gonna go Steelers, even though I think I picked the Cowboys and to pick them. And finally, Monday Night Football, Saints and Chiefs. The disastrous Chiefs have not played good football, and yet they're 4-0.
I mean, because they got the referees hear their cash app go off every time the Chiefs play. They hear that cha-ching every time. I mean, it's like the refs just refuse to let the Chiefs lose a game, and I hate it. I hate it.
Every game, you got to give credit to the defense, right? Defense has been shutting the offenses down. These games has been like 2017, 17-14. Like the Chiefs defense I've been playing the league.
Yeah, but I mean, the look at the game against the Falcons. They I don't want to use the wrong words on this show, but they put hands on Kyle Pitts in ways that they shouldn't have on that one play down at the goal line that should have been called that wasn't called.
Yeah. Oh, they got away with murder on that.
They got the refs in their pockets. I don't care about that. This is making me like strongly dislike the Chiefs because it's like blatant how bad the refs are when it comes to calls for or against the Chiefs.
I'm strongly disliking the Chiefs because they're not getting me the fantasy points that they promised me last year. So I am highly upset. Yeah, I got to figure out what's going on there. Hell, I started benching some Chiefs left and right. So Kareem Hunt rushed for 85 yards. So he only had 10 carries. So it looks like Kareem Hunt looking like Kareem Hunt from his rookie year.
Yeah, and I had to trade him for Sam Darnold. I needed a quarterback.
You needed a quarterback.
But either way, that is our week 5. We're already 5 weeks in. Going on 5 weeks.
We skipped quite a few games.
Yeah, those games are relevant.
Yeah, but we're supposed to go through every game.
No, we don't. We literally don't go
He
through.
said no. He said no.
Right, yeah. I mean, we did we even do Baltimore and Bengals?
We did.
We didn't do
We didn't give a score though.
We didn't do predictions, but both of y'all said that the Ravens are going to beat them. So I go back for a prediction when both of y'all literally said the Ravens are going to win. See?
We just said it's a good game. It's AFC North.
Okay, fine. Make a prediction and tell me how much the Ravens are going to win by.
I got the Bengals winning by 6 now.
You're being childish. You know I'm not saying the Bengals winning jack though. Ravens
I got the Bengals winning 21-15.
I got the Ravens winning 28-14.
Satisfied? You want to talk about the Patriots and Dolphins now?
Yeah, I want to talk about all of them.
Since we're talking about bad teams now, we're giving bad teams their.
We didn't talk about the Rams.
Just saying.
It is going to be.
Talk about Indy and Jacksonville.
We talked about them.
I know. That's what I said. You said bad team. I said we talked about them.
But the reason I brought that up is the coaching. They need to fire. That's the only reason we went to Jacksonville. They need to fire the coach. That's the only reason I brought up Jacksonville. Should Tyreek Hill play quarterback? I'm just saying, like, who? Huntley is terrible. I was going to get to that. Yes, Q. I was going to get to that next, but Fleck wanted to talk about bad football, so yet here we are talking about Tyron Huntley and what's going on in Miami.
You're the host. Go ahead, sir. You're the host.
He said, "You're the host."
Fine. We'll talk. We'll talk about this great game, Panthers and Bears.
I think that's going to be a good game for real.
Yeah, I mean, they have no choice. It has to be.
I think that one's. I think it's going to be a shootout.
You think it's a shootout?
Yeah, with Dalton at quarterback. Yeah, and then the Panthers defense can't stop nothing right now. So yeah, I think it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I think.
I think the Panthers win it, to be honest with you. No. I got the Bears winning that one.
I got the Bears winning that one. I don't see a shootout.
I got the Bears winning 28-21. It's gonna be a high scoring game.
Yeah, I say they win.
I need it to be a high scoring game.
Quincy is still.
You need it to be.
Quincy Blunt is stealing all of my segues, but here we talking about bad football. So let's just stick to that.
Sir, you're the host. Go ahead.
No. Raiders Broncos.
Big Cat to the Knicks. I did not like that trade for the Knicks.
Raiders Broncos.
I did not like that trade for the Knicks.
Bad football. You brought this up. I didn't want nothing to do with these games. Nothing. You know what? They might not even be on my TV. You know, I might have a playoff game from 1982 on one screen. I might have the dude that didn't have a toe that kicked the field goal. I might have his game from the 60s, from the Ice Bowl. None of these games are going to be on my TV come Sunday. But no, it's a 2.5 belts. You want to be like, let's talk about all these games.
No, go ahead. Let's talk basketball. Let's talk Big Cat.
I'm just saying, geez. Let's talk about Carl. According to Jalen Brunson, he didn't know who the heck Carl was. But either way, Carl Anthony Towns, the trade was completed today, by the way. This was a 3-day, 4-day process to make it official, but it's been months in the making. We talked baseball already, Q. We got that one out the way early.
Yeah, we lost.
Fleck, who won this trade?
I think the Wolves won it. I think the Wolves won that trade. Cat doesn't move the needle for me. Like he's Randall without any defense. You know what I mean? Like you got what you were getting from Randall, you pretty much gonna get the same thing from Cat minus some defense. and then you lost Dante
DiVincenzo.
Yeah, him. I went blank and forgot his last name. You lost him and a first round pick in the process. For me, I had the Wolves. I got the Wolves winning that trade.
Yeah.
Chef?
Yeah, no, they won that trade easily. I still don't. I'm not high on Cat in the first place. And I think Randall is going to fit in very well on that Wolves team, along with DiVincenzo.
If they keep him, because there's talks that they might flip him to somewhere else. Yeah, so if they keep him. But even if they don't keep him.
If you don't, I get it, but I think he would be nice on that squad if they did decide to keep him.
The issue with Julius Randle, he wants the ball in his hand 24/7.
All the time.
He wants to bring the ball down. He wants to pick and roll the roll the opposite way. He wants the point guard to come off the pick and roll. Julius Randle is not. It's hard to play. He's hard to play with. He's hard to get the game going. And it may not work with Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards needs the ball in his hand so he can,
Yeah, that's his team. And everybody knows.
And that's why I said, yes, losing DiVincenzo hurt. I'm not worried about that first round pick, even though because it's protected, so they're not getting a top 12 pick anyway. So and we all know the Pistons will end up top 3 every year regardless.
Yeah, but for a team that didn't have any depth and didn't have a ton of depth in the first place, you go out and trade for, you do a 2-for-1 basically. If we're just talking about the main.
Yeah, they did trade up a potential 6 Man of the Year candidate. I will even go as far to say that. But here's some rumblings that I got.
Exactly.
Dante DiVincenzo didn't want to come off the bench. He was going to ask for a trade regardless.
Yeah.
So you go out and you take the first messed up trade that was available, and then they said that, we've been trying to do this one since the beginning of the summer, and that's what you come out of this with?
Well, yes, because they wanted just to swap the Randall for Karl-Anthony Towns. So Minnesota was holding back that trade because they wanted more. And
we got more too.
And when DiVincenzo found out he was coming off the bench, he wanted out of New York. He didn't want that reunion of Villanova.
Nah, but if the season would have started and he still would have been there, with the way that them cats know each other, they would have made it work. They would have made it work. I mean, for me, like I said, Cat is soft. For me, he's soft.
But what center doesn't really play center? Jokic plays on top. Freaking, there's no dominant centers anymore. We're talking about a league that. But
those guys play defense too. Cat is soft. Like that dude is soft. Like you'll see.
What center is going to dominate him in the East?
Joel Embiid's going to dominate him. Bam's going to dominate him.
Embiid stays on top. Now Bam, yeah, he plays down low. I'll give Bam.
Embiid plays down low.
Embiid plays.
He
starts at the free throw line.
Embiid can stretch the floor. Yes.
Here's the thing about what we're not talking about. Now, this will upset me. The Knicks did this. Now Mitchell Robinson wants to be gone. If Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns both on the court at the same time, that's clutch because now Cat can go down to the 4, and Mitchell Robinson can take care of the big guys. And Mitchell Robinson plays defense.
And I'm gonna tell you why that won't work. You saw how that worked with him and Rudy, and it seems like at times Cat just got lost.
Well, it's because Anthony Edwards held on to the ball way too long. But he was, but within merit, he was carrying that team. Anthony Edwards carrying that team. Didn't they make it to the Western Conference Championship?
Western Conference Final.
Western Conference Final. Yeah, Western Conference Final, same thing. The Timberwolves.
Oh. Okay.
And where did Karl-Anthony Towns come from?
Kentucky.
I'm
talking about college. I don't know if we're going that far back.
What I'm saying is they'll be fine.
You hope.
Will they be better than Philly, Boston? No. Milwaukee? No. Well, Milwaukee depends on health, obviously. But they'll be a top 4 team again. They'll be fine. The Knicks will be fine. We just got to see what they got in the playoffs. I just want to see them battling in the playoffs. And they should have beat Indiana, but they got hurt. We're lingering on a little bit too much. While we're talking about basketball, the NBA lost a global ambassador, the first recognized global ambassador, and Dikembe Mutombo died of brain cancer at 58. That's one of our icons that we literally grew up with. Hell, when didn't we wag the finger? We wagged the finger at breakfast. When you grab that bowl of cereal first, and grab the box first, we did this.
No. He still holds
when we got to the cafeteria, we sat next to that girl, and we just got eyeballed. We said, we that iconic.
We're like I said in our group text, you know what I'm saying? We're unfortunately at that age where our childhood heroes, the guys that we watched coming up, are getting up there in age and passing away. Because we lost another legend in another game. You know what I'm saying? We lost Pete Rose, him and Mutombo the same day, right?
Same day.
Back-to-back day? I mean,
no, back-to-back days. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, fellas, we're at the age where we're starting to see our childhood heroes, you know what I'm saying, get their wings, and you know what I'm saying. It's sad as sports fans, you know what I'm saying, to see these guys that we rooted for or rooted against, however you want to look at it, coming up, you know what I'm saying, getting their wings, man.
It's definitely tough. For me, losing Pete Rose a couple of days ago was definitely I wanted to beat Pete Rose. You hustled at first. You dove into the player at second base. You take out that catcher, and then he became the all-time hits leader in Major League Baseball history. Still is. He has the record for National League longest hitting streak with 44, I believe it is. Nobody played the game harder, better than Pete Rose. Obviously, he cheated the game a little bit, a lot of it. Watch that documentary. Watch that documentary on Max. That 4-part documentary. He said everything that we already knew or we thought we knew, but there's more. Watch that documentary. Go ahead.
Do they finally decide to let him into the Hall of Fame?
That's my problem right there. I get it. He admitted he cheated. I get that, but
it don't take away from how what he did
on the field,
stats wise in the game.
And he literally, I hate that he's going to be posthumously added in possibly to the Baseball Hall of Fame. He should have got in before he passed away. I hear it, but Pete Rose should have been in the Hall of Fame.
You know what? I'm gonna say something that's unfavorable, but I think Pete Rose will love it. I don't think he'll ever get in at this point, even after the fact. I always believe that you don't do something for people after the fact. Like let's give who's here their flowers, their just due, their credit. Let's not wait till they pass. But on the flip side, they didn't want to let him in now. 83 years old. I don't think they'll cross that mantle ever. If I'm being honest, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it'll be a spit in his grave. if they voted him.
That seems to be the way of the world, though. You know what I'm saying? We don't celebrate people while, you know what I'm saying. We don't give them their flowers while they're here. We wait until they're gone, and then you know what I'm saying. Then we try to give them their flowers.
Right.
You know,
you're absolutely right. I'm just saying how he was treated on the way out.
Right. No, I agree with you there. Yeah.
I think they'll celebrate him. They might have a Pete Rose Day. I think they will probably retire his number. I think, you know what I'm saying, they'll do all these things, but put that man in the Hall of Fame. I think they will do what they did with Jackie Robinson, Roberto Clemente, Lou Gehrig, these guys that was immortalized, you know, as this is this day. This is Pete Rose Day. But I don't think they'll ever vote him into the Hall of Fame. I think they'll keep that going. That was our show. We just wanted to do an early weekend. I will be definitely going out of town. Chef, what you got for us?
So, you know, seeing as Kalen DeBoer, he's come in, did a hell of a job as head coach right now. He has Alabama sitting on top. He has Alabama sitting on top right now, for right now. And who knows, you know, where it's going to take them. But has there ever been a head coach that has won a national championship in their first year head coaching that for a team in college football?
Yes.
How many?
I want to say 2.
Really, it's 3, but I already know people are.
Say that again?
Has there ever been?
I went somewhere.
Has there ever been a head coach to ever win a national championship their first year head coaching a team in college football?
Head coaching, yeah.
I know 2, but you said it was 3, but yeah.
Okay, who was it?
Saban at LSU.
No. Nobody in the SEC.
Oh.
I just heard this on the TV the other day. Yeah.
So it's been 2 at the same college at different times though. One is Dennis Erickson at Miami.
Jimmy Johnson.
And the other is Larry Coker. The third coach is from 1948. I ain't gonna bore you with that. I ain't gonna do that because none of us would have known his name. But yeah, there's been 3 total. But yeah, those are the last 2 to win a natty in their first year.
Mr. Moore, you got anything to add?
No, sir. Bad Blood for my wrestling fans. WWE Bad Blood is Saturday.
UFC 307, I believe, is this Saturday too.
Oh, and Friday is WNBA playoffs. The Aces may be on their way out. Liberty is looking real dangerous right now.
They're up 2-0.
Yeah,
2-0.
Yeah, it's almost over. And then the Minnesota
Connecticut Sun 1-1. Yeah,
look like they're starting to put it back together. So it should be an interesting series with them. So we'll see how it plays out. But man, I hate to see my Aces go out like that. But hey, you ran into a bus. You're running into a bus all right now.
Liberty are playing like we thought they would last year.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely World Sports College Football this weekend. UFC, WWE this weekend as well. Hey, like JB, our brother who's out working, he's working them streets. You probably find him in a corner somewhere.
He on Bourbon where the lights go dark.
Exactly. He on Bourbon Street eating vignettes.
Where the lights go dark.
He's been eating vignettes.
He's trying to find some Achilles for CMC. Either way. Stop me before I just say whatever's on my mind. Some people like baseball, basketball, football. Some like NASCAR, golf, tennis. But here, all sports matters. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Peace.